Anambra State Government Task Force demolishes illegal structures, warns developer against building without approvals. NOA says and discriminates with disposal, cost of floods in markets. Nigeria ranks second in list of most terrorized country globally. Russia to keep key gas pipeline to EU closed indefinitely. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast News on EBS Television. My name is Priska Wonko. Anambra State Government Joint Task Force has cautioned developers to strictly comply with the physical planning laws of the state. The task force gave the caution when they took enforcement against illegal structures to Akwedoji Urago in Nnewi North local government area, where some developers built structures on access roads, thereby constructing further development in the area. Government House correspondent Eji Kabana has the details.
One of such developments is an ongoing duplex which blocked a major access road, obstructing further developments in a vast virgin land behind it. Armed with an excavator and other earth-moving machines, the team pulled the building down, including other structures such as gatehouses, shops, fences, and others erected on access roads around the layout. Almost all the buildings in the axis visited bore red markings of warnings to the developers, even while they were still at foundation level, but the developers remained adamant, continuing their development. Some of the residents in the location involved who spoke to the ABS behind the camera lamented why someone can spend such amount of money to build structures without seeking permission from the government in terms of official approval, saying that if they had sought for approval, they would have been given a proper explanation about the place. Addressing the press shortly after the exercise at the board's headquarters in Amobia, the chairman of Anambra State Fiscal Planning Board, Barrister Chike Maduekwe, revealed that the enforcement is a routine being carried out from zone to zone to enforce town planning laws and ensure that development in the state is controlled, stressing that the location is a government-approved layout whose master plan has been bastardized by some people. While recalling that a few times that staff of the board went there to carry out enforcement activities, they were beaten up, Barrister Maduekwe reiterated that it is not the intention of the government to inflict hardship on citizens of the state, but laws are meant to be obeyed. Otherwise, there is consequence. Barrister Maduekwe noted that the present administration is committed to ensuring that the state does not develop into a slum, stating that anyone who complies with the law is always protected, pointing out that government is set up to make sure that the interests of the greatest number of its people are protected and secured.
People should know that laws are made to be obeyed, and if people don't want to obey it, there is a consequence. Each time some of these demolitions happen, it touches us because we are human beings, but at the same time, we have been given strict instructions to make sure that the state does not develop into a slum. One of the places they visited today, these people are being given, they were being warned for more than 2 years now from foundation. I even had to write to be sure that we don't go and demolish a building that is not supposed to be demolished. When they brought the report, we wrote to the Surveyor General to give us the plan of that estate. This was on the road, and they were told, please remove these things.
According to a government paper drawing perfected in 2015, a land covering 87.82 hectares was approved in 2017 and gazetted in 2019 as layout. From Uruagu Nnewi, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
The National Orientation Agency, NOA, Anambra State Directorate, OCA, has blamed the perennial floods in various markets and communities across the state to people's unlawful attitudes at waste disposal in the state. The State Director of the agency in Anambra, Barrister Charles Wodi, made the assertion while engaging the traders at a Koka market on the urgent need for effective waste disposal practices to prevent impending flood disaster in the country. Barrister Waji, who spoke through the Deputy Director of Programs of the agency, Sir Joseph Uchendu, equally advised traders to work towards opening up all blocked water drainages in the markets for easy movement of flood water, reminding them that water has the power to pull down their shops if it has no proper channels to flow out freely. He blamed the perennial flash floods on the state of the people's inordinate attitudes in furious disposal and condemned in his entirety the unwholesome behavior of some traders who he said have formed the habits of dumping refuse inside the water channels, especially during the rains, describing such attitude as evil before God and man. He, however, admonished the people to learn how to dump waste at government-approved designated places in the state, and lauded the traders for cultivating the habit of dumping refuse generated from the markets at the government-approved areas in the markets. The Catholic Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezo Kafo, has described as divine arrangement the installation of the Bishop of Catholic Diocese of Ekulobia, Peter Cardinal Baleke. Bishop Ezo Kafo stated this while congratulating the latest cardinal, said Cardinal Baleke remained a shining light not only to the church in Nigeria but also to the universal church. On behalf of the entire priest, religious and laity Catholic Diocese of Awka, Bishop Ezo Kafo congratulated the new cardinal and promised to support him in his prayers. He said they were happy for the newly created cardinal after he received the red hat from Pope Francis in Rome on August 27, 2022. Called for constant prayers. Some of the personalities that grace the occasion at St. Peter's Basilica, Rome include the Catholic Archbishop of Onitsha, Most Reverend Valerian Okeke, Catholic Archbishop of Owerri, Archdiocese, Most Reverend Lucio Sugoji, the Catholic Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezo Kafo, Catholic Bishop of Nnewi Diocese, Most Reverend Jonas Benson Okoye, the Auxiliary Bishop of Onitsha Archdiocese, Most Reverend Danis Isizo, and many other in Anambra. The Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 13, Mr. Umar Mauri, says the Nigerian police force in the zone is winning the war against the so-called unknown gunmen that are terrorizing the zone. Mr. Mauri stated this during his one-day working visit to the Anambra State Command of the force. Correspondent David Mokwasili reports.
ARG Mori, who was on arrival received by the management team of the Anambra State Police Command, led by its Commissioner Mr. Echeng at the command headquarters at Amwabia, immediately inspected the quarter guards mounted by men of the force before proceeding to the interactive session and lecture scheduled with 400 officers, including Deputy and Assistant Commissioners of Police, officers in charge of tactical and strategic units, area commanders, and divisional police officers. Addressing the officers, Mr. Mori stated that the zone, in collaboration with other security agencies, has greatly pushed back on the violent crimes that characterize the zone for over a year and commended men and officers of the command for their efforts in ensuring that the life and property of citizens in the command are protected and preserved. He charged the officers on professional conduct and maintaining the ethical codes of the police, as Inspector General of Police Mr. Usman Baba Alkali will not relent in punishing misconduct.
We are really on top of the situation. Crimes have been reduced to the barest minimum in both the commands, that's Anambra and Enugu. The only thing I'm soliciting more support from the members of the public so that we can get rid of these criminals, we can get them out of circulation.
Also speaking, Mr. Echeng revealed that the suspected mastermind in the March attack on Okeja police station in Iyala local government area where 2 police officers were killed has been arrested. The police commissioner revealed that the suspect and 3 members of his syndicate were arrested on Wednesday, August 31, and are now helping the police with further investigations.
We are very humble to have you around, and we respect your leadership qualities and the positive effect that it has impacted on this command to be able to stand and say that we are doing well like other commands are doing. So thank you very much, sir.
From the command headquarters in Amobia, I am David Okwasi reporting for ABS News.
Australia's Anambra State Extraction have been called upon to bring some percentage of their investments home for enhanced development of the state. A frontline industrialist, Dr. Godwin Okafor, made the call in Awka while speaking on the 31st anniversary of Anambra State. We have details of those reports from her.
Dr. Okafor, who is a one-time president of Foam Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, maintained that when industrialists of Anambra State extraction bring some percentage of their investment, it will go a long way in fast-tracking the development of the state, in addition to improving its revenue profile as well as offer employment for the teeming youths. He commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo for his efforts to bring Anambra State back on track, especially in the area of improved security of life and property. Dr. Okafor, who is a community leader in Iswafia, Agwata local government area, said that at 31, Anambra State has recorded series of achievements and commended the founding fathers of the state and past administrators for all their efforts to develop the state. Dr. Okafor called on Anambra to see the development of the state as a collective responsibility, warning them against indiscriminate dumping of refuse.
Anambra is not doing bad. Among the states of Nigeria, I think Anambra is one of the best managed. So I believe Anambra will continue where the previous administration starts, and God will be on our side. My prayer is that Anambra will keep on growing.
Contributing, a frontline industrialist and a chieftain of the All Progressive Grand Alliance APGA, Chief Osita Ezechukwu, described the 31st anniversary of Anambra State as one that calls for sober reflection. Chief Ezechukwu, who is a community leader in Nanka, Orumba North local government area, called on affluent individuals in Anambra State to bring part of their investments home for enhanced development of the state. He commended the past governors of Anambra State, especially former Governor Willie Obiano, for construction of an international passenger and cargo airport at Umueri, and Governor Chukwuma Soludo for having a different approach to governance, and called on the people to continue with their support to the present administration in Anambra State with prompt payment of tax and levies.
I'm paying my own personal tax because I'm from Anambra and I have my small investment here. So I'm saying that everybody should try to invest in Anambra. All these our people who are building industry. And when you invest, you pay. Help government. So the government will help you. I know that even if the whole state fail, Anambra will never fail.
The Global and International Terrorism Research and Analysis Group, Jihad Analytics, says Nigeria now ranks the second most terrorized country by the Islamic State terrorist group globally. Jihad Analytics specializes in the collation of data on terrorist activities worldwide. According to the data by Jihad Analytics, Iraq came tops with Nigeria and Syria taking second and third positions respectively. The report is coming against the backdrop of frequent claims by the Nigerian government that terrorists have been degraded to the barest minimum. The report revealed that between January and June 2022, Iraq recorded the highest number of terrorist attacks at 337, whereas Nigeria recorded 305 attacks compared to Syria's 142 terrorist attacks. The revelation by Jihad Analytics showed that the Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorist groups were mostly responsible for the attacks. The regent of Oba community in the Demilisa local government area, Prince Noah Lezenwa, has declared that there is no embargo in the community, contrary to reports making the rounds in the media. Prince Ezenwa stated this as a clarification to the misunderstanding that happened between some members of Anambra Vigilante Group and some youths of the community. Correspondent A.G. Cabinet filed this report taken from here.
Addressing journalists at his palace, the regent explained that what happened was that there was an attempt to identify personnel in the community who turned out to be the leader of the Oba youths, admitting, however, that there was a gap in communication, but peace and normalcy have returned. Prince Ezenwa, who explained that no life was lost during the misunderstanding, also commended the governor for working to entrench security, which according to him gave rise to the ability to resolve the issues, and pledged to continue to support the governor's initiatives and lofty ideas. While stating the need for government to show more presence in communities, Regent Ezenwa revealed that since the advent of Governor Soludo's administration, the security situation has continued to improve, expressing optimism that if given more time, the governor will perform much better.
We both learned from what occurred that it's so easy to misunderstand each other. So there is a need to improve communications for the people you are trying to help out that don't know you are really trying to help out.
Speaking on the development, the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Mr. Tony Collins Nwabwan, explained that plans are underway by the Soludo administration to unveil AVG at the community level, explaining that they have been going through the traditional rulers. While explaining that the Soludo government is already at the grassroots, Mr. Nwabwan frowned that some communities have their own security without recourse to government policies and appealed to Ndi Anambra to be patient with the governor because he's taking everything back to the grassroots.
Near future, we're going to unveil the Anambra State Vigilante Services very, very soon at the community level. And those people are going to synergize with those people at the ward levels so that at every point in time, you have a check on criminal activities at the community level.
Recall that days ago the media was awash with stories that angry youths of Oba were chanting, "We don't want a Babago," hence stopping the security outfit from effecting an arrest, which Anambra State Police Operations Officer DSP Tochukwu Ikenga clarified to be a misunderstanding between the vigilante operatives and Oba youth who felt that vigilante man attacked their chairman.
Russia's main gas pipeline to Europe will not reopen as planned on Saturday, adding to concerns about energy supplies this winter. State energy firm Gazprom said it found a leak on Nord Stream 1, meaning it could be closed indefinitely. The pipeline, which runs to Germany, has been shut for 3 days for what Gazprom described as maintenance work. Europe accused Russia of using its gas supplies to blackmail Europe amidst the Ukraine conflict, which Moscow denies. Energy prices have soared since Russia invaded Ukraine, and scarce supplies could push up costs even further. There are growing fears families in the EU will be unable to afford the cost of heating this winter. Nigerian winger Moses Simon has been nominated for Nantes Player of the Month for August. Simon scored 2 goals and recorded 2 assists in 4 appearances for the Canaries in August. The 37-year-old is currently sidelined after sustaining an injury in Nantes' 3-1 win against Toulouse late last Sunday. The Percy winger scored once and bagged an assist in the win at the Stade de la Beaujour. Nantes manager Antoine Kumbari confirmed on Friday that Simon will be out for 2 weeks. Played a key role as the club won the Coupe de France last season. The Levant player was widely tipped to leave Nantes this summer, but his suitors failed to match Nantes' valuation. Remember, you can follow news and program on ABS in many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television or follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. To end the news this morning, a recap of the main points. Anambra State Government Task Force has demolished illegal structures, warns developer against building without approvals. NOA has said that indiscriminate waste disposal is a cause of floods in markets. Nigeria has been ranked second in the list of motorized country globally. Russia is to keep a key gas pipeline to EU closed indefinitely. Here is the special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround the maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the Breakfast News at this time on ABS Television. Thanks for watching. My name is Priska Monko. Good morning.